Hey everybody, it's Aaron coming to you from the Best Family Homestead. So I've got all these pine logs back here that I really need to get cut into siding for the old house, which will happen soon enough. But you'll see the other videos, I drug home all these humongous poplar logs and they are all blocking my pine logs. So I guess it's going to be hard work cutting these big ones and getting the pine logs freed up so we can start cutting siding, get siding on the old house. Well, here goes nothing. All right guys, so we have this big monster pretty much in position here. Let me grab my drill. Got to get a little fine tuning. Get the saw level to the log. Get it ready to cut. You can see there's a pretty good taper in this one, so we're gonna lose a little bit of lumber, especially since it's about too big for my tractor to really move easy. We got our little sharpening jig here. I'm gonna sharpen this blade up, get the water loaded up, and then start cutting it. These big poplars, my plan is we're going to cut a lot of dimensional lumber. We're going to be doing a lot of 2x4s, 2x6s, 1x6s, some 3x3s, or I mean some 4x4s, maybe some 3x3s for table legs. But we got quite a few logs, poplar logs over here to get cut up. So my hope is to have some big old stacks of wood to use around the Best Family Homestead and the old bird farm. All right guys, so normally it doesn't take this long to get a log squared up under the mill if it's a smaller log, but this is you know, you can see this is a monster, so it's kind of pushing the limits of this mill. So it took us a few minutes, but now I've got it centered up. So now we're going to start, and you know, we'll lose a little bit of wood because it's so big, it's so hard to turn, but I can get it flat. As soon as I get it flat, but I'll be cutting stickers. I'll show you guys stickers once we start stacking some boards. As soon as I get it flat, it's going to go really fast. So, like I said earlier today, someone was supposed to be coming to help me out a little bit today, and he got busy at the bird farm. Apparently, this is what busy means. Just saying. So with this mill, the way it works, you know, the saw runs on this beam. Well, you can see those cuts in that blade. The blade's 1/4 inch wide. So it leaves a real big mark. So if I just go down 1 inch on the scale, I'm only going to get a 3/4 inch board. So this, instead of having, unless you do the math, so if I go start at 1 inch, then the next time I've got to add 1/4, so I got to go down 1.25 inches, then the next time I got to go 1.5 inches, which would confuse me real fast. So they build this handy dandy scale in, and you see this mark, the curve, that's where your blade runs. So all I do is loosen that up. I'm going to set that right there at the top, and then we're going to come down here. I should have got to find me a better spot to make a compost pile for all this dust. I'm going to come right here. I'm going to set this up right at the top of that kerf line. So now that just cheated my math, so I don't have to do it in my head. So now all I got to do is go down. I go underneath it because it's just easier than trying to stop it on the money. And 1. So now we actually went down 1.25 inches, but I didn't have to do the math. It's not a big deal if you're cutting like straight. If you're just cutting 2x4s, we are going to need to. All right, so I've got all the weight on that end. So all we got to do is come up, y'all. We already lowered this one. I'm going to get the weight right here. Now they make really nice saws that you just press a button, like even I guess you could say reasonably priced, that you just press a button and it does all the math for you and sets the blade. However, those are about $30,000 more than this saw cost. So if you have the money, yeah, it's really nice, but for a homestead where you just need some lumber for about $13,000, in today's market, it really does not take much wood to pay for itself. Like actually a surprisingly small amount of wood to pay for itself. So now we've got our height down. We went down an inch plus our quarter. So now all we got to do is go over here, get it back, and start doing the same thing. And I hope this cut should take us down to where we can start running. I think we'll start with probably like some maybe 1x6s or 1x4, just to take advantage of that spalting right there and see if we can't get some good table wood for it. We talked about it in the planing video we did on Watch Your Step with Robert, the spalting. That was that video, right? It was the planing video.
Oak tree, when we cut down that oak tree.
The oak tree, that's right. It was when we were cleaning up the oak tree. I'm not sure how he keeps track of them, because I've been working with him for 10 or 12 videos, and it's already like becoming a blur. So I'm gonna have to make a notebook of all my videos and take notes, because that's the only way I'll remember. But you can see where this was the base of the tree, so you can see where they cut their leads and their wedges to make it fall. So this is what's called spalting, and it's basically where this is starting to rot. This is a poplar, so it would have taken a minute, but in another 5 years maybe, unless some ants or something got in here because the wood starts to get soft, this would have been hollowed out. This would have just rotted, and there would have been nothing here. But we cut it right in the early stages. So this is probably especially the top parts, as far down as this goes. I'm gonna be cutting this up for some pretty, maybe a tabletop or something like that. But you can see the different colors, and you just have such a short amount of time while the tree's alive to get that spalting. And it will spalt a little bit after it's cut as well, but then you've got to get it sawed up and get it dried, and then it's going to hold a whole lot of that color. I'm actually impressed. I wish it went all the way up through the log, but if the spalting went all the way up to the top of the log, there would be nothing here. This would be completely rotten and soft and unusable. But it's still going to make, some really pretty boards for some tables or cabinets, something. We're definitely going to use some of this for something other than just wood, for barns or something, 100%. We're here. You guys have been watching me cut this big old poplar. As you can see, we still have a lot more to go. Now, I had to reposition it. Because, the mill will only go down so far. So this log was too big to put up on blocks, because the mill will only go up so high. So I had to get it this far, and I just got through fighting. Finally getting it about leveled back up in between the in between the uprights on the mill. And so now I'm gonna finish cutting this baby up and get started with well, I've got a couple more. I got a couple more logs I need to mill up. So I gotta get this big boy off so I can start on the rest of this wood and get the old house sided. So we'll go to time lapse here and you guys can see how I finish it up. Alrighty guys, so as you can see, this big old poplar has become not such a big old poplar. Now I know it seems maybe to some people that, wow, that's you know, a lot of waste on that board. Actually no, that's very little waste. You can see now how much taper was on this log. You know, it was much bigger down at the big end than it was down at the small end. So we do have some here that are, you know, offshoots, what I call offshoots, you know, rough ends. But remember that goatee playground I've been telling you guys about? Well, this right here is going to be a bridge for the goatee playground. I got legs for the goatee playground. Over here I've got more, you know, lumber that came off the big poplar for the goatee playground, because I don't really think the goats care if their playground is exact 2x4s. But here's what I want to show you. All of this right here is out of that one big log. So I've got, I think, 16 1x6s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 12, 13 2x6s, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 15, 16 2x4s, and this is all right at 10 foot long. A little bit over 9, not quite 10, but that is a big old stack of lumber from one single log. Obviously the filming took place over a few days, just you know, being busy and stuff, but you can tell that's 2 other big poplar logs, 3 other big poplar logs, and then all this pine for the house. A lot of sawing coming up. I hope I'll be boring you guys. I'll do mostly time lapse with a lot of the videos of the sawing, but I just wanted you guys to see just how much lumber we just got out of that one log, and it's all absolutely beautiful, gorgeous lumber. Some of it's going to be used for, you know, stuff around the farm. The 1x are going to be used for some tabletops. All the top, those are sticker boards, and you can see how I've got these stickers, you know, in between so everything dries. So nothing on the top got wasted. That all got cut down 1 by 1 to take care of holding everything nice and straight while it dries. And like I said, right here we've got our little bridge. That's going to be the main part of our goat playground. It's going to be a very heavy-duty goat playground. So I appreciate y'all tuning in. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see some more videos like this. Also, watch your step with Robert. I want to give him a shout out and thank him. Helped me out with the YouTube part. So hey guys, I hope you keep tuning in. We've got a lot more videos coming. We've got to do something with all this wood. We've got a lot of stuff planned. So I do appreciate it, and hope to see you guys next time. Thank you.